feel like actually having to say it out loud makes it feel so much more real, even though I know I'm already doing it. Hi, my name is Sarah. I've been running for a few years now, but in a few months, just like for a lot of you out there, I am going to be taking on my biggest challenge to date, and that is running my first ever marathon. I'm going to be documenting it all and bringing you along for the journey to Amsterdam Marathon in October. And in this first instalment, I'm going to be hitting my biggest question on the head. You signed up for a marathon, but what next? Where do you even begin to start? Well, with some help from the Running Channel team and Mizuno behind the scenes, I'm going to be looking at prep for marathon training, as well as answering my biggest fears and questions. So many questions. And hopefully I can give you some key takeaways as well as you follow my progress. But enough talking, I think it's about time we get running. Let's go. So I'm just out on a nice little recovery run, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to share how I'm feeling about this challenge. And to be honest, I'm in two minds. Half of me is like, well, loads of people run marathons every single year, so how hard can it be? And then the other half of my brain is saying to myself, you ran a half marathon not too long ago, and it was really hard, and there was no part of you that could have done that again at the end. So this is going to be super tough. And I've got so much to do before October. But where do you start with training for a marathon? So the questions that immediately spring to mind for me, along with a whole load of self-doubt, are how do I train for this? How long do I train for this? Am I fit enough to train for this? And can I actually handle it? Is my body ready to handle the training and the actual marathon at the end? And am I mentally tough enough to be able to prepare for this? Because I know that's half the battle with such a long distance. Well, luckily for me, I've got the Running Channel team to help out, and they've told me to calm down, stop stressing, and just focus on two things to begin with. Firstly, my current level of fitness, and secondly, how long I have before race day itself. If you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed with where to start with your marathon training, why not start by taking a look at your current base level of fitness? So the furthest that I've ever run is a half marathon, so I've got a good kind of base level, not to blow my own trumpet, but the thing that does worry me is the build up of those long runs in training. In fact, we have got a video all about stepping up from half marathons to marathons, if you want to go check that out. I've been doing about 20 miles a week for the last month, running at least 3 times a week. So I think I can commit to running 4 times a week during my marathon training. My biggest problem, and if you recently watched me following my watch exactly to the letter for a month, you will know this, is that when left to my own devices, I tend to do all of my runs at exactly the same pace. Quite a steady, going for a PB every single time pace. No tempos, no recovery runs, no interval training, nothing like that, just always the same. And I know that definitely needs to change. So I've got my calendar out because the next thing I need to do is work back from race day in October to see how long I have to prepare. Then I'm going to need to find a training plan. And luckily the Running Channel team have got my back on this one. We now have a set of marathon training plans free to download from our website. So if you want to come along with me on my training, then you absolutely can. You can tailor the plans to your specific goal, and if you have any time goals that you want to aim for as well, just head to the link in the description and it will take you to our website where you can download the plans, and let us know how you get on in the comments. I'm sure we'll share the same pain in the long runs and everything in between. I'm having an absolute shocker. Oh dear. I thought this marathon training was going to be nice and easy, but I'm messing it up at the first hurdle. Now, there is no doubt in my mind that the next few months are going to involve a lot of running, and so it's so important to make sure that you've got the right shoes and the right kit, and that's why I'm really grateful to Mizuno for offering their support in this challenge. And who better to support me than a brand that's been going since 1906? I wasn't even born then. So these are the shoes that I'm going to be wearing for this challenge, the Mizuno Wave Rider 25s. It's quite a good job you don't have smell-o-vision, because I have been wearing these a lot recently recently. In fact, you might have actually spotted me wearing these in a couple of our other running channel videos, so drop a comment down below if you spotted which ones. We're actually going to be giving away a pair of these if this video gets to 2,000 likes. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a pair of these in your size, then hit that like button and drop a comment down below. Go on, do it right now. It's free and you could win a free pair of shoes. So looking at the training plan, there are a few things coming up that make me slightly nervous. There are some big sessions, there are some long runs, and I don't think I quite have that confidence in myself yet to do it, but I'm just going to breathe through it, take each day as it comes. If you've got any words of wisdom that you can leave down in the comments, that would be really useful, please. There are also some things coming up that I've never done before. Some of the interval sessions, some of the hill sessions, session that I'm about to do right now. So every day's a learning day, but I'm excited to get stuck in and complete this challenge. Now, another thing that I know is really going to help me out throughout this challenge is having a goal to work towards. Now, your goal might be to just finish, it might be to finish in a certain time. If you're just starting out on a 16-week plan, having not really built up to it, then I would suggest having that goal of finishing is a really good idea. For me, because I've done a half marathon recently, and at the moment I'm pretty confident that I should be able to finish, then I'm going to be using the first 4 weeks of my 16-week plan. I'm going to use the half marathon time plus the times that I'm going to get in my tempo and interval sessions to give a good rough idea of what time I'd like to finish in. If you are scared about goal setting though, you can always just have an ABC goal, and that way, no matter what, you should achieve your goal on race day. So A goal might be to finish in a really fast time or a PB time. B goal might be to finish in a slightly slower time, and then C goal might be just to finish, whatever works for you. So today I am doing a session off my marathon training plan, getting stuck in, and today's session is something called a 5-4-3-2-1. Go. I have no idea what this meant when I first looked at it, but basically you do a 2k warm up, 2k cool down, and then in between you do 5 minutes of effort, 4 minutes of effort, 3 minutes of effort, 2 minutes of effort, and then 1 minute of effort, 1 minute of effort, all at 10k pace. And then your rest time in between those efforts is half the amount of time you're working for. So if you're doing 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes recovery jogging. And I should have started 0.3 kilometres ago, but I decided to talk to you instead because I'm scared. But it's 14 minutes on the dot now, so let's get into it. 5 minutes at 10k pace. Let's go. I'm having an absolute shocker. Oh dear. I thought this marathon training was going to be nice and easy, but I'm messing it up at the first hurdle. So that first effort is done. I've got a minute left of recovery, which I'm probably going too fast on. To sum up, that first 5 minutes, I went too fast, and then I went too slow. Story of my running life. Let's hope with 4 minutes I can settle in and actually do it right. Oh, and my hairband just broke, so might have to do a summer run with my hair down, which for anyone else with long hair, you know is gross. 3 minutes done. I actually quite like that one. Last minute of effort. Feeling good. So it turns out when you only got to go for a minute, minutes slow down. Oh, that was a long minute, but done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finished. Apart from the cool down. But I really enjoyed that, and that 6.5k banked, and it doesn't feel like it. Whereas if I'd set out for 35 minutes, which that would have taken me at like a steady pace, probably would have gone much slower, and hated it much more. So good session. Just realised that I've definitely finished further than 2k away from my house. Gutting. But I'm on 6.85, so I suppose I could round it up to 9k before 9 AM. Have not done that in a long time. Definitely an evening runner, but I know I'm faster in the mornings, so I did myself a favour and set an alarm. I'm not too mad about it. So interval session done, 9k in the bag before 9 AM, so chuffed with that. Another thing that I am doing in the build up to this marathon training starting is making sure that any niggles or anything that doesn't feel great, I'm getting checked out. For me, with long runs, and especially with the half marathons that I've done, my left knee has always been a problem and I've ignored it, haven't done the strength and conditioning that I should have been doing, and so I've booked in with a physio to get some specific strength exercises for me to make sure that it's not going to be an issue. Likewise, I think it's a really good idea to do. So this is your friendly reminder. If you have a niggle, don't ignore it, because there would be nothing more gutting than getting to the end of your marathon training block and not being able to do it because of an injury that is from something that you knew about at the start. Well, this marathon training malarkey is not going to be easy, but I'm looking forward to it and I hope you are too. Please do leave me some messages of support down in the comments. It will really mean a lot and I'm going to read every single one because I'm sure they'll help me whilst I'm out on big, long training runs. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you want to be in with a chance of winning the Mizuno Wave Rider 25s, or just if you're excited to see more content in this series. And whilst you're here, why not check out one of our other videos? You could watch me following exactly what my watch does for an entire month, or racing an Olympian whilst being chased down by Anna on a bike. So much to choose from, and we will see you next time on the Running Channel.